Speaking at the first press conference to be held by the Complaints Commissioner Office for 2013 on Tuesday, October 15th, Complaints Commissioner Elton Georges insisted that all members of the public are entitled to receive good service from government institutions. After being in operation for less than 5 years, the Office of Complaints Commissioner has made gradual progress in helping to improve the standards of service provided by government agencies to the BVI public.
We should expect proper service. We should expect civil servants to be civil, courteous, and helpful. And we should expect the same of other public employees. We should expect reasonable responses within a reasonable time. When we do not receive such service, we should take it up with the head of the agency concerned and follow through. Making a justified, reasonable complaint is not only for personal satisfaction, but it can also be a public service, driving the improvement in service delivery. There are some 52 government departments, and the number of statutory bodies, public authorities, is some 40 and still growing, including the newest public authorities, the Parole Board and the Non-Profit Organizations and Registration Board. They all ought to give you good service.
The BVI Health Services Authority, BVI Electricity Corporation, the Governor's Office and the Premier's Office have all come under the hammer of the Complaints Commissioner. When asked whether there was a common theme in the complaints involving those agencies, Georges said a lack of response to queries have been among the core findings.
Lack of response to questions that are asked, lack of response to requests that are made, applications that are made, and or again long delays in getting those responses. That's the most prevalent theme. And in our findings, in our investigations against a number of these bodies, we also have found a very common failing on the part of government agencies in keeping proper records of their transactions with members of the public. And that is a question of accountability, because without a proper record and a proper trail to follow, it's often hard to establish what actually happened.
The Complaints Commissioner further admitted that resources are stretched in some cases, which affects some agencies to fulfill their mandates, but says more could be done to meet the needs of the public.
Even taking that into account, if enough importance was assigned to this task, I think in most cases it could be very much better than it is. But there is no question that as we investigate, we often find that a unit or a department or an agency is so stretched trying to fulfill its role and its mandate that certain things fall by the wayside, which result in what we call maladministration.
The Complaints Commissioner also referred to the need for a lawyer on staff to address legal matters. He said the police now have an inspector specifically assigned to manage complaints, and an internal investigation department was set up by government recently. He also welcomed the coming on stream of the Freedom of Information Act, the Human Rights Commission Bill, and the Legal Professions Bill as announced by Governor McCleary in a throne speech on October 7th. The Complaints Commissioner's annual report for 2012 was tabled at the House of Assembly on Monday, October 7th, along with 2 special reports titled Good Service is No Accident, to emphasize the need for agencies to devote deliberate attention to the demands of service improvement. The first changing of the guard at the Office of Complaints Commissioner is expected to come next year, when a new person will take over the reins.